Hello, my fellow Scorpios. Thank you for being here. This is the Rockstar Coach. I am here with your general reading for October. I do offer personal readings, and so if you are interested in that, you can check out the link in my bio. I am a little bit late getting this to you, Scorpios. I had family in town last week and was not able to get all of the signs done before they arrived. And you will know, if you don't know already, I am very much a proponent of living in the moment and really being present. So I certainly enjoyed my time with my family. And now I am back. So here is your reading. Let's get going. I'm using an old deck that one of really the first decks that I ever got, Mystical Wisdom, and then Ascended Masters, an old beautiful deck by Doreen Virtue. Quickly becoming one of my very favorite decks, Animal Apothecary. The colors and the illustrations are just so unique. I love them. And then if you have been on my channel before, you know I end all of my readings with the power of surrender. So let's get into it, Scorpio. Let's see what Spirit has for you for the month of October. October for Scorpio, please, Spirit. Messages for their highest and greatest good. Okay. One of the other signs, I can't remember which one it was, but they got this card. It's the Dolphin card. It says, don't worry, be happy. And what I'm drawn to on this right away is the water. And this feels to me like, things come, things go, life ebbs and flows. We have storms, we have calm waters, but in all circumstances, Spirit is telling you now, you do not need to worry. You don't need to worry about what's going on. And if you are in America, in the United States, we have had some hurricanes lately. And so this analogy does not get lost on me, that it's telling us through all the storms of life, don't worry, be happy. And you say, yeah, okay, Michelle, but how can I not worry? How can I be happy when destruction is happening all around me, when people's lives are being lost, people's families are being torn apart, and not just in storms. This is, wherever you're watching, we all have storms of life. We all have things that can tear us apart, can tear families apart. I'm feeling, there's some of you that are going through divorce, breakup in a marriage. For some, your family is being ripped apart by health concerns. What Spirit is saying here for you, Scorpio, is even in those times, there is purpose. There is gratitude that can be given even in the hardest of times. Even in the times when in our 3D body, we don't know how we are going to go on. I'm really feeling like this is a message of strength for you. Like, I'm feeling the energy of strength coming through in this reading right now. So if you are in this storm, if you are in the midst of the storm now, I am sending you this energy that is coming through this card of strength and peace. And I'm also drawn, I was just looking at this card, I'm also drawn to, what looks to be mermaids in the water. And it looks as though they are reaching up. They're reaching up and reaching out. And it just feels to me like, for those of you that are in the midst now, and for those of you that aren't in the midst now, remember this when it comes. There will be a storm, big or small, And remember this, you can always reach out for help. God, Spirit, Source is always here for us. Our guides, our ancestors, our spirit teams, the archangels, all we need to do is ask. And so often we forget to ask. And this is your reminder. This is your reminder. If you are not in the midst of a storm now, the storm is coming, but there is hope. Don't worry, be happy. And then you got good fortune. Invite magic in. Invite magic in. So this following this don't worry, be happy card and all of the energy that's coming through on that, this really tells me everything is working out. Everything is working out for your highest good. Now, does that mean that it's going to work out the exact way you want it to? Not necessarily. But it is working out, I promise you. Even in the depths of the worst storm of life that you have ever experienced, even when there is no human way that you could feel good about a situation, this is telling me everything is working out for your good. Let that come through. When you believe that, trust that, feel that, and can lean into that, that is part of what's going to help you get through the storm. Knowing that no matter how difficult it is, there is a purpose for it, and it all is working out for your highest good. We may not understand it in the moment. We may not ever understand it here on this earth. But when you can trust and believe that, we will understand eventually. And really, some things we don't need to understand. We just need to trust and open our minds and our hearts and invite the magic in. Invite that good fortune in. Invite the help. Invite the goodness, the gratitude, the abundance. Invite the peace. Invite, I'm just thinking of this rainbow here. Invite the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. When do we see rainbows? In weather, speaking in weather terms, right? We see rainbows during the rain. A lot of times it's after the storm because the sun comes out. While there's still some rain in the sky. And so when we can invite that magic in, we will find the goodness on the other side. We can even find the goodness in the midst of the storm if we trust and believe and open our hearts and our minds to it. All right, moving on. Scorpio, messages for their highest and greatest good, please, Spirit. Yeah, this is not an easy time for you, Scorpio. But, you know, another thing that I know about you, being one myself, you do not shy away from a challenge. You are actually somewhat comfortable in the darkness. You are not afraid to do the heavy lifting. You're not afraid to do the hard work. And even in the midst of those storms, you tend to look more than most for the lesson. You tend to believe and trust that there is a reason for it all. And you tend to look past the current circumstances when you are aware, when you are connected. Very important, Scorpio. And you can look past your current circumstance to the lesson, to the bigger picture. Okay, they wanted both of these together. Yep. Trust. Exactly what I was just saying. Trust. Trust that this storm, first of all, is temporary. Not that it, we're not saying it may not affect you forever on this earth. It very well may. For some of you, the health concern is something that's going to be an uphill battle. For some of you, you will lose the person to the health challenge. And I'm sending love now. For some of you, you are the person with the health challenge. Trust that there is a bigger purpose. Trust in healing. For those of you that are going through a divorce, or divorce is on the horizon, or you have just gone through a divorce, trust that there is purpose in that. Trust that there is a reason and there is light on the other side. It doesn't take away the pain, but trust that the bigger picture is for your good. And then, power of joy. This is what's on the other side. And again, this can be in the midst of the storm. The power of joy has the power to heal. When we invite that magic in, when we invite joy in, even during the tough times, the challenging times, we are, in essence, we're taking our power back. We're saying, I will not allow any circumstance to keep me stuck, to keep me down, to squash my joy. Yes, I might be hurting. Yes, I might not have all the answers. Yes, I might not get through this in the way that I would like to. But one thing I can do is I can have joy even through the hurt, even through the disappointment, even through the loss. Cling to the power of joy, Scorpio. You tend to, like I said, be comfortable in the darkness. This is saying, come into the light. Come into the light and bring that joy into your soul. When you bring that joy and invite that magic into your soul, you are unstoppable. Nothing will keep you down. All right, moving on. Continuing, perfect. Continuing messages for Scorpio for their highest and greatest good, please, Spirit. Okay. Interesting that these both came out the same way. Okay. Okay. Several of the signs got this card as well. And you probably know this, but on these collective readings that you see like this, no matter mine or someone else's, very often the reason that the same card comes out, even when you have a deck that has, 45, 55, 60, 70 cards in it, is because the collective energy is the same. There's a lot of similar energies floating around in the air, whether it's for your sign or another sign. And this is nourishment while waiting. A lot of us are in the stage of waiting. So whether this is the health issue, the divorce, the rebuilding of what has been destroyed or lost, this is a time, first of all, they're saying this is nourishing energy for you. Like in this card, from this card is emanating this nourishment, this strength, this peace. And also that's the same, a very similar rather, energy that came through in this dolphin, don't worry, be happy. But this is also the call for you to do some self-care. So while you are in the in-between stage from the destruction to rebuilding, the loss to a new normal, to from a divorce to rebuilding a life, your life in a new way, this is the time to really pay attention to taking care of yourself. This time more than any other time is when you need to really make sure that you are doing things to not only nourish yourself physically, because oftentimes during these times we can, really not do well in taking care of ourselves because we're thinking of other things. So, we might feed our sadness or our loss with food, and it might not be the best foods for us. This is a call to really make sure you're eating good foods that are nourishing and that are nutrient filled, good for you foods. This is also saying, sometimes during these times, we cannot take care of our physical body like by getting exercise or getting outside in nature, by taking time to meditate or pray, doing yoga, things like this. So take time for yourself. Even though life may seem chaotic right now, this, in the chaos, is when it's most important that we're taking care of ourselves. And so this is what this is saying to you, Scorpio, right? Take care of yourself. And then you are about to shine. Like I said, you're not one to shy away from the darkness. And in doing so, you actually take those lessons and you run with them and you learn from them, and you end up coming out on the other side shining. You are a star, Scorpio. You light the way for so many other people. And this is this is a beautiful message that's coming through now. Even in this time, you are leading the way for others. Leading the way for others that will be, unfortunately for them, perhaps, following in your footsteps as far as the challenge or the loss or the disappointment. It is happening to others as well. And you are a leader. You are shining. And you can help those people get through to the other side. And just maybe part of the purpose is just that you are sent to help others to get through it, possibly even with more ease and grace than you even did it with. It's not always what we want to hear during these times, but It's just going back to that first card, that first message, that there is a purpose. There is a purpose. And bringing in that power of joy, you'll be able to give others hope. And that's not the full purpose for this. So I don't want you to think that you're only going through it to teach others. That's not the case. There is much more in this than that. But that is part of the purpose of this time of your life. All right, Scorpio, let's get your final cards from the power of surrender. Spirit, messages for Scorpio. What do they need to surrender or surrender to? One more wants to come through. I'll read this card first. Yes, beautiful. And we got dolphins again. Look at this. This is, okay. I know why they didn't want me to get that second card yet. They want me to focus on this surrender to miracles. But also, look, you've got the dolphins again. Don't worry, be happy. Just when you think, how am I not supposed to worry? How am I supposed to be happy? You receive a miracle. You receive a miracle. And then you understand that if you would have worried yourself sick, you would have wasted so much energy. And I want to read this card to you. It says, be open to miracles occurring in your life. Feel and know that these events are real. Let go of any resistance and banish any doubt that miracles can happen. This is where that trust comes in. You've got that good fortune. Invite the magic in, invite the miracles in, and then trust. Believe they are going to happen. So beautiful. This is like, that's your proof. You're not only going to get through this, but you're going to see a miracle in the process. Wow. Huh. I sure am glad about that. For up until that moment, I forgot I was also a Scorpio, and then I'm like, oh, good, because I want a miracle, obviously. Beautiful. Oh, and then surrendered to receiving support and love. What was I saying with those mermaids, right? You have so much support, and you are so loved, Scorpio. You do not have to do this alone. Even when you feel as though you are alone, that you are the only one feeling this way, that you're the only one dealing with this, understand that there are others that have gone before you that have dealt with these same things, and they can help. Those around you that love you, even the ones that haven't been through this, they want to show you support. They want to show you love. Open your heart, open your mind, and allow those people to offer help in whatever way they can, in whatever way is going to help you best, serve you in the moment. When people say, is there anything I can do? Really think about it and then tell them what they can do to help you. It's so easy for us, Scorpio, especially when, you are so intense and you might be a little bit stubborn. It's so easy for us to say, oh, no, thank you. I'm good. I'm fine. I'll be all right. Let people help you. I promise you, you will feel so much better. It will be so much easier. And just maybe that's where your miracle lies. All right, Scorpio. I know this was heavy, but I hope that you feel the hope and the joy in this. And I hope that you trust and open your heart, your mind, and receive those miracles. Thank you so much for all of the support and love that you give me. I'm so close to reaching my 1,000 subscriber goal by the end of the year. Thank you to all of you who have subscribed. And if you haven't, if it feels aligned to you, I'd love for you to do so and keep joining me here on the channel. All right, until next time, Scorpio, take care.